Hi guys, it's Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft. Today I got a little tip or trick for you. Now, something that you see a lot in the early write-ups of what to take camping, how to take camping, and etc. is a little device that we take for granted today. In fact, we don't even acknowledge it anymore. And I think that's kind of a loss because it's actually very, very handy. So what is this piece of kit that's so forgotten but yet was so valuable at one point? You're going to laugh when I tell you. Safety pins. I know, diaper pins. Now hold on a minute. I carry a big wad of these. Went by the dollar store and I got probably 50 of them for $1. And I do like that, hang them all on one. I've got 2 wads of this. One goes in the pack, one stays in another part. The object of the game here is when I need to hold something together quickly, that's what this is for. If I've got a tear, I just need to anchor for a minute. This. I need to hold something together while I sew it. This. I've used this to go through leather holes to hold it in alignment while I'm trying to line something else up down here. I've used it as a sacrificial pin to open it up and sterilize it and use it with a handle, so to speak, to dig a splinter out of me. But something that it really comes and shines in down here in the South is in the summertime. Because like when I talked about how to stay cool, I carry 2 sets of clothing. And when I'm hiking the trail like this and it's hot, I'm going to be carrying 2 sets, minimum 2 sets. Because during the day I wear this and it gets irky and sweaty and nasty. You have no choice, you're in a humid environment. And the sweat's boiling out and it gets just sopping wet. I get my camp set up, and then that night I'll wash, bathe, and change into my dry clothes. My dry clothes are my sleeping clothes. But how do you deal with the wet clothes? That's where the safety pins come in. Because you see, with the safety pins and a piece of line, I got a clothesline. I can hang up any clothing I've got just by making 2 tiny little pricks in it and hanging it up on the line. If I want to get fancy with it, and I have done this in the past, I have taken the eye right there of the safety pin and run bank line through it and string like a dozen of them on there. By doing that, I can at will create a clothesline. Now the head of it wants to hook onto the cord, so it doesn't want to slide easy. It may on paracord, but on something rough like this it holds. I can now hang up my wet, irky clothes and let them air dry. I can also wash them in the creek or something and hang them up and let them dry overnight. So tomorrow when I have to put them back on, they're not so irky. It's a little tip or trick that our ancestors used these a lot. In fact, I've seen several write-ups from the 20s and 30s in books where they talked about taking a pocket and making it where it opened up like a portable sewing kit and have it a bunch of pins on it for that emergency need for pins. The pins were a way to quickly repair gear. It was also a quick way to hang up gear, quick way to do a lot of different things in the field. And I've used pins for most of my life, you know, safety pins, because they have so many uses. You will find uses for them. I've even used them. I had a hunk of meat that I was wanting to wrap herbs up in, and I couldn't figure, I didn't have anything that I could put in the heat without it melting, so I just took 3 or 4 safety pins and pinned the roll of meat together and cooked it like that. Weird? It ain't weird if it works, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft. Wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.